Yo, what's up guys? Blast back with some Clash Royale content. I want to show you this new deck kind of set I've been using, and I'm going to show you against friendly or the challenges, tournament standard rules. I've also been using it in regular game. You got your HOGs, your log, and fire and ice. So that's the theme of this deck. I've been using variations. You guys saw my hog and ice golem, and then I've been using it in this and ladder play, and it's been working really well. And also bring in some zaps sometimes instead of the ice spirit. But the ice spirit has been holding down in ladder, and you'll see it in this video. So let's take a look. So we're going to go up against a couple different meta decks here. I'm going to show you, this one's the Bowler Graveyard deck. I'll show you how this deck basically works. You know, it's a pretty cheap deck. Once I see his Bowler come out, kind of the only defense I have is the Inferno Tower. So it's going to burn through his Ice Golem and Bowler real quick. You can see he decides not to use his Graveyard. And I kind of have suspected what he is going to use when I saw that Bowler and those three other cards come out. You know, I didn't fully suspect the cannon and freeze here. Kind of ended my push, but my Muskie's going to get a few shots off. And these are all grand challenge runs. So this is tournament standard rules. But like I said, I've been using it in ladder as well. In ladder, it's working good. You can switch out kind of the Mega Mini I've been switching out with Knight. Sometimes I've been putting a Zap in. Depends kind of what time of day I'm running, playing, you know, which decks are being used more. So he puts his Graveyard up. He put it in a really bad spot, but he wanted that Graveyard to tank everything coming in for his Bowler. It didn't work for him. So I put down my Ice Golem. I start pushing it with the Hog here, and it messes up. I get to throw in my Ice Spirit. Now, that really kind of canceled my push right there. His Bowler just pushed it out of the way. And even though I'm ahead right now, I'm about to not be ahead. So I get in my Inferno to eat up those front troops. And you'll see what's really good about your Ice Golem is if they are using that Graveyard, don't start your Ice Golem here. He'll walk around, kind of put it in the corner over here, and he'll pick up all these skellies. See all the skeletons attacking him? And once he pops, those skellies are dead. So I got my Muskie in doing work, but he gets some really decent tower, and I'm able to get the Mega Minion to recover. Now I just throw down a Fireball, and here's where I start getting frustrated, and it starts working really good. My Hog ends up getting there. I throw in my log, and I'm just going to go on the all-out attack. You know, time is my friend. That Bowler Graveyard deck is super expensive, and every time I get down his troops, he's got to reset. So I'm able to hit the Bowler, Fireball, and then roll it, and you'll see that's a common theme because he's got to reset. He can't just throw the Graveyard in and get that going and leave his tower wide open. So I'm able to spit out cards at a pretty fast rate. He freezes my cards, but it doesn't matter because I got the log, I got the Fireball, his Bowler does a little work, and now I'm just going to cycle as quick as I can. That's a 2-cost card. That's a 3-cost card. Here goes a 1-cost card for my Fireball in the win. So you're able to cycle around really quick. He's just guarding everything he can with his tower, so I'm just going to straight Fireball him. For a while, I wasn't playing the Fireball, and then I realized I needed that Fireball. So I throw down my Hog real quick. I didn't have a great start in hand. He's able to take most of that camp down, which is nice. As I'm pushing with my Ice Golem here, I'm able to take my Muskie. Guys, this is a deck I was just trying, you know, basically just had an idea. Switch out a couple cards, and that's what you guys need to do. Everyone asks, what's the best deck to use? It's really the deck you're the most comfortable with, guys. You know, I can't really stress that enough. Getting in the game and just playing with your cards is going to help you out. So here was a clutch. I hit a Fireball on his Mega Minion and his Barb Camp. Pushed the Barbs away right there so that my Mega Mini actually killed his Mini. And you just got to kind of cycle through your cards and make sure you're tanking the right stuff. Now, finally, here comes the card he wanted out. So what I do like about you know, that little Ice Spirit is for people that are using the Royal Giant, you're able to freeze it for long enough for that Inferno to work and also switch its target. For one cost card, you know, I've tried switching the Ice Spirit out a couple times for Zap, and it does work against people that are playing just mass Graveyard with mass Skelly push and everything in between. But for a lot of Royal Giant decks, if that's what you're facing in this meta, or seeing a lot in tournament, I can't beat the Ice Spirit right now. So I was able once again, bam, throw down the Ice Spirit, switch it, and I'm sitting in a bad spot here, guys, but look at this push. So I'm able to push his stuff out of the way, and then fireball him with my HOG and everything there. He's just not able to do anything. I throw down my Inferno for the win, and that's it. So there's a Royal Giant spawner hut deck down the drain. That's another one everyone sees a lot. This one is going to be your Lava Hound meta. So I start out with my HOG, and I got my Ice Golem there. The Ice Golem blew up his Skellies. I was able to get my Inferno. Here comes his minion horde. So what the big thing I changed in this deck was I kept messing around if I should use a Fireball or a Muskie. And I found it's actually best using both of them. I was trying it with a Princess for a while. Surgical Goblin was using that deck, and Princess just gets whacked by everything so easy. But this health, you know, these two cards together did me a lot of service. So I kind of held my elixir there. Once I saw that minion horde, you know, I was able to take it out. My Inferno just kind of finishes up the Lava Hound, and I'm able to throw some distractors in, and didn't really get a good set of trade-off here. But here's one thing I want to show you guys, and you'll probably see a lot. It takes a little bit of timing, but now I got the log and the HOG up. So here's the part of the log and HOG deck. You know, you just saw the fire, and that ice part comes in clean against those Royal Giants. But the HOG and log, I'm able to get my HOG across the moat, and you gotta pretty much, once you release your HOG, time your log so the HOG gets one hit in, the log comes through and wipes out all the Skellies and that. So right here, HOG, log, done. And I threw that Ice Spirit. I was thinking I'd be able to hit the tower there. But here comes his skeleton army, and I just throw in simple, just threw in my Ice Golem to blow up in front of him. Now here, I didn't really have a lot of choices, so I was able to use my Ice Spirit again. Like I said, it's a very versatile card. He got some damage done with that lightning, but I'm sure that's not what he wanted. There was the perfect HOG and log move again. Skeleton army, not a problem. Now I'm just kind of waiting, eating troops up. I see those minis coming, fireball them. Hit the log on the tower for the win. Distract with the Ice Golem. So a lot of distracting and a lot of rushing, guys. And this deck, that's another meta deck down the base. So you've seen the Royal Giant. We've seen the Hound. You guys seen the Bowler Graveyard with the Spawner deck on the Giant. So now we're going to take a look. This is the Giant Bowler deck. And you see this one a lot. It used to be super popular last meta, but it still is. People are liking the bowlers, you know. Bowlers are still super OP, and basically all his cards are right here. You got the bowler, you got the log, and you got the Mega Mini. Cards that, man, I bet are found in 90% of decks there. So I throw my Inferno in. Probably going to get a little headache here, but I was able to put my Ice Golem in, and it just changes his bowler and solve that one there. So now I'm deciding what to do. I put my Muskie in. He made a mistake. So if you see they put a spawn camp up here or anything, you know, further than this spot, the Muskie can shoot it. So I put her across the moat, and she was able to take the spawn camp for 3 and the archers for 3. That's a 4 to 6 trade-off. I like it. Here comes the bowler. The whole point of bowler decks is, as you see, I don't have a lane I'm pushing, guys. He put the bowler and giant over here. I pushed in over here. Now he thinks I'm coming here. He puts the bowler over here. I push back up here. You just got to keep going back and forth. It's an expensive. Bowler giants are expensive. My deck is not expensive. I'm able to change it. So now I just put the muskie in for defense. I see his bowler come down. Okay, I'll push the left lane now. I thought I was able to change or time that Ice Spirit right, but it still gets hit by the log. I almost ran out of time here, but I'm still able to get in. Oh, what do you know? He came with the lightning. That random. I didn't think that would happen. No, everyone's using the lightning. So I clean up with my Mega Mini. Not a problem. He got some good damage done. Here comes his Mega Mini. So I kind of have to sacrifice my muskie here. He got a shot off. But what am I cycling for, guys? I need... Oh, that's a great ice bow. I tipped the tower and there. I'm waiting for my hog come back around. So set down my ice golem. And you can see how much time I'm spinning. I was kind of deciding what lane to push. I couldn't push into the bowler. So right now I kind of decide, all right, it's probably time to eat this giant up and maybe finish with a fireball kill. And all of a sudden I look to my left and man, that bowler and skellies are sure stacking up. So he puts the bowler on the right side. I'm going to fireball the left side. I'm going to throw my troops on the right to keep them busy. There comes the log, and there's the fireball for the win. So I kind of had to just use spells, and that's what I found. A lot of times people are playing such decks that they're basically just sitting there camping on you. You kind of have to sometimes use fireballs and logs for the win with that chip damage, guys. You're facing decks with bowlers constantly that are going to push your troops back if you're using ground. You're facing the furnaces and just any camp people are using, and it causes some issues. So, you know, I'm big enough to say, hey, why not throw in a couple spells there? You know, you got the fireball and you got your log. You can get that chip damage on the tower. Sometimes you just got to resort to it. Another good one, guys, on the ladder I'll do a video on. Sub out a couple of those. Throw in your knight. And this deck's working really awesome for me too throughout the Mega Mini. Ladder, that one's been working better for me. Also, this, if I throw out... I didn't want to do that. Put the zap into the Ice Spirit spot and use that same deck. And that's working really good if you're facing a lot of decks that use... tons of different skellies. So you got multiple options there. You can either log roll over them, but you know, maybe they'll have a princess too. So you'll save the log for the princess. And then they got minions or minion hordes and a zap, and the ice golem will take out those with ease and cause an ice distraction. So that's really the choices. That's what I've been playing with, guys. Hope it makes sense. Hope you like it. I'll come back with a lot more gameplay and a lot more, I don't know, strategies for you guys. If you got any questions, let me know. Sitting kind of low right now. We're almost at 4,400 cups, so we're getting up there. But those are what I'm using on the ladder, and that's what I'm using in grand challenges. You can see I'm still playing with Old Faithful there. And yeah, so I hope you like it. Ask me questions if you got them. Make sure you guys are following me on Twitter at @CastandBlast_COC. And I do giveaways there and updates. And as always, catch you guys later.